Welcome to the map of Dota 2. This is the Ancient. It's the building that needs to survive for you to not lose the game. As soon as this building dies, the enemy team wins. That's their win condition. They have to kill this. So it's beautiful. It's pretty tanky. It's got a lot of health. It's very armored. Backdoor protection. It's reinforced. It has damage reduction from heroes. It's very tanky, this building. And you have some layers of towers to protect this. There's some towers here. There's just random buildings in the base. And then you've got a tower here at this high ground. You can go down here, out of the base. All this upper area is considered the high ground and the safest part of the map for your team. That's the horn sounding to indicate the start of the game. And once the game starts, there's some buddies that spawn. Some melee ones and some ranged ones, and later on there will be some catapults as well. And these guys follow this road all the way down, following the road to fight against the enemy team whenever they get there. And they walk and they walk. And they follow along the road, ready to fight any of the enemy team they find. They have another forward tower for their team. Oh my goodness! Some of the Redbirds. Oh, we hate the Redbirds more than anything. And they go to battle, and they just fight each other. They just fight each other in a very simple manner of hitting whatever is right in front of them. And they'll fight until they die. They're not scared. They don't retreat. They're very brave. The creeps. That's what they call them. And there are heroes on each team, 5 on each team, and you have to influence these fights. But this is the radiant side of the map, the happy and green side. The other side over here is the dark side. It's the dire side. The trees are all dead. And in the very old forms of Dota, you used to have to pick more of the evil Warcraft 3 heroes to play this faction on this side. The dire was more of that, and the radiant was more of the good, happy side. And throughout the woods here, the areas that are not along the road, you've got what they call the jungle, which is more like a forest than a jungle. And in the jungle, there are little clearings where encampments of other creatures will be just living there. And they don't really move around. They just kind of live in their little spot. But some people will go and attack them. And if you get too close to their territory, they may attack you as well. See, I didn't attack them, but I got too close to them. They said, hey, that's our personal space. We'll fight you to the death. And that's aggressive. But if you run far enough away, they will run back. And you can kill these. And every minute on the 0 point, a new fresh one will spawn. But it's not always the same exact group. It could be a different group of similar difficulty. This is what's called a hard camp for its difficulty level. This is an easy camp. It's got 3 little dudes. These are some hill trolls. These are some dark trolls. There are some pillars here. You can put vision up here to see what's around on the map. There's some wolves. It's an alpha wolf. And a couple giant wolves. What's this here? This is a bounty, grants bonus gold. This is just a floating orange thing. If I right click this, get 40 gold. That's pretty good. But not only that, everyone on your team also gets 40 gold if you get one of these. And they spawn every 3rd minute, as we just saw here. 40 each. So that's 40 times 5. Any mathematicians out there, let me know. What is 40 times 5? I'm kind of walking south and west back toward our own base, inspecting our own jungle. Another pillar here for vision. Lots of nice trees here. There's a centaur conqueror here and a centaur courser. This is a medium camp. Medium difficulty. This is another hard camp. Wild wing rippers. And then 2 little birds as well. It's just a wild wing. This here is a watcher. It's currently unclaimed, just sitting there, but if I right click it, it starts to glow blue and gives vision to our team. So even if I'm not here, we can still see that circle lit up on the map. I believe I have a mini-map thing that's messing up the mini-map. Oh my goodness.
Mid-tower taking damage.
As we move north here, we get to the mid lane. That's the one that runs diagonally directly across the map. This is our outer tower. And the mid lane has a river that runs through it at this point, where you're often fighting your opponent, where you each have a high ground that you can work from. The dire mid laner can fight from this high ground here, and then you can step down the steps across the river and up into your opponent's territory. But each person has their tower they can fall back to as a resource. So the normal back and forth of Dota is your hero is going over and fighting their hero, but then trying to avoid that tower because that tower is really strong early on. As your character gets stronger, you can eventually be able to knock down towers like that, maybe by yourself. But at the start of the game, those towers are pretty scary. Bounty runes start at the beginning of the game, and then water runes spawn at the 2-minute mark and the 4-minute mark only. Just some early game resource. It restores 40 health and 80 mana. Cool. As we go kind of westward here, go up into what's called the Radiance Triangle. It's an area of the map kind of like this, where you can farm pretty safely on your team. You have a nice high ground here, so this area is all up a pretty steep incline, so they have to go uphill and attack into you, so you get lots of advantages of vision, and just you don't have the chance to miss if you're shooting downhill, whereas someone who's shooting uphill, some percentage of their attacks will miss, so they don't quite have as much damage effectiveness relative to their power level. So let's go up the steps here into the safest, most valuable part of the map for Radiant to farm. The reason this part of the map is more valuable than this jungle down here that I showed you is because these camps are higher difficulty, which means they're worth more experience and more gold when they're killed per minute. So this is a hard camp. It's a Hellbear Smasher and a Hellbear. These are some big boys. And then if we go over here, these are even larger units. This is an ancient granite golem and then an ancient rock golem. And it's 3 of them. And I'll just show you here. These are level 6. If we're at level 3 and we attack them, this is what happens. These are tough. Look at how much health they have. They're very armored. We can't step to them right now. So these creeps are pretty tough. And you want to make sure you're pretty strong at direct fights to be able to contest them. Just right now I'm a level 3 and I didn't focus on getting items or paying attention to that this game, so this camp is stronger than I am. But look, there are some dragons now. Why are there dragons and golems? That's because we walked away from the camp so that the golems were not present at the 0 mark. So the area thought it needed to be refreshed, even though these creeps were just away from home. These guys were just here, but because they were here chasing me, they were not here and the dragons were allowed to spawn. And this is a technique that you'll use for yourself as a carry, or the supports can do it for their team, where they try to stack the camps to be able to generate more creeps that the person who's attacking them and fighting them can capitalize on for both experience and gold. So I'll show you here. We attack it at about 54 seconds there. Doesn't have to be exactly that. And it even makes a sound when it happens, so you know that it worked. Now there are some pinecone people over there as well. So this technique is very important for increasing the potential value gain of your team. Cool feature. Going north a bit here, there's the secret shop. So this guy you can trade with. You can sell him, or he wants gold, and he can sell you items. Pretty cool. Secret shop, he sells all of these items. These are unique to the secret shop, so you can't buy them at the normal store. I didn't show you that, but the normal store is right here, just at the very start of the base. You can always buy from the normal store because your courier that carries items, normally this is a donkey by default, the courier can buy stuff for you while you're away from home. Let's hit B We can buy some stuff. We'll just get a bracer. And then there's a hotkey for it. You can set for yourself for the courier to deliver items. That's a V for me. And now this courier will just run to me and bring me the item. And then it goes home automatically. So you want to increase your power level by shopping for stuff. You can buy stuff at the shop in the base, and you can also go to the secret shop. This is what's called a wisdom rune. Wisdom runes give you XP and also to another person the lowest level on the team. So it helps out yourself and one other person for XP, so you should get these. They spawn at the 7th minute. This is another watcher that provides vision. This will eventually open up and a huge cube thing will rise out of it. And the cube hurts you. And as you damage it, it hurts you more. But if you work together with your team, you can kill this and get a really valuable item for your team called Agony Shard. If you mouse over your character here, there's a scepter-looking shape and then a shard shape below that. You can mouse over it. It gives you some benefit to your character's abilities. And it's worth about 1,400 gold. Very good to do that. It spawns at the 20th minute, so it's not there yet. It'll be there in 9 minutes 40. This is another ancient camp, so equivalent difficulty to the golems that we saw over here and the dragons. Cool statue here. Just a statue. It's another pillar you could put vision on. Over here to the north, there's a bridge you can go across. Kind of like a path that allows you to avoid the main road. Good for escaping or for secretly pursuing without being noticed. And over here we have a nice pool. In this pool there are some flowers floating around. If you walk up to it, you can channel and pick these up. They're healing lotuses. They restore health and mana. And if you have 3 of them at a time, they combine into a larger one, which saves you inventory space and also gives you more of a burst of health and mana. So you can hold on to that. It's a nice item. We can go back over here and kind of inspect this top lane area. This is still the Radiance side. They have some nice banners here. This was the secret shop that we saw. There's a tier 2 tower. This is a tier 1 tower. The weakest one. And now we have the catapults coming into the fray. Catapults do more damage to buildings. They're pretty tanky, and they're rather armored. Pretty tough. I think they have magic resistance is what it is. Yeah. Hero attack damage reduction is 50%. And then non-hero attack damage reduction is 30%. So they're just taking reduced damage, these catapults. This is now the dire side of the map. You can see as the trees become dead and stuff. It isn't the whole game that this is their territory, but generally speaking, this would be more of the enemy's territory, at least at the start of the game. This is their tier 1 tower, north of here. And then if we keep going north to this top corner of the map, there's another watcher. That gives us vision for a period of time. And then over here, there's a pit. And Roshan is a giant monster who lives on the Dota map. And he starts there at the beginning of the game. He's very, very strong. Normally you need a team to kill him. Or you need someone who has lifesteal and tankiness and good at attack damage so you can kill him in an expedient amount of time so that it's worth it for you. But if you can slay him, it gives you an item, the Aegis of the Immortal, which means that once you are killed, you will resurrect again in a few seconds with full health and mana. This is a portal up here. This is the outpost, by the way. The outpost is just the enemy teams. They can teleport to this. It doesn't give them vision, but everyone has a town portal scroll, which they can use to teleport to some area on the map. Like I could teleport back into my base. This white circle is where I would be targeting that teleport. It has a cooldown, but that's a really powerful method of navigating the map. I was going to teleport there, but I canceled it so we can show you the portal. This is the portal. You channel it, it costs you mana to use the portal, but this flipped me all the way from the top left corner of the Dota map down to the bottom right. The portal is a relatively new addition to the Dota map. This outer part of the map didn't used to exist. Roshan used to live more so like here or here on the map. He didn't live on these far corners and then portal back and forth between them. He just had his one home. So now he has two homes, and you can use the portal, and he will also use the portal to go back and forth between the corners of the map. So now we're in the bottom right-hand corner, and let's see if Roshan is here. This is a similar pit, but notice this one is green and grassy and nice, and this one is spooky and evil and stuff. And now Roshan is chilling down here. Look at him go. He's happy to be here. So he's really tough. 7,820 health. We have 1,200 health, so it would probably not go well for us to fight him. And he's also level 30. Gold bounty is 204 to 295. Team gold bounty is 135. And XP bounty is 400. So how much is it for me to level? It's about 600 XP to level up from level 4 to level 5. So, oh, it's nighttime and he just ran past me and bonked me. And now he's going up to use the portal. He used the portal when it changed from day to night, and at nighttime he goes evil side. Daytime, he's on the good side, the radiant side, where the trees are happy. So he just chills up here now. If you can kill him, he respawns in a random time frame. So you have to kind of check in and see, is Roshan up? Can we fight him? But because he's so tough, if a team is committed to attacking him and the enemy team susses it out, they can try to contest this fight, and they will attack you when you're trying to attack him, which complicates things. So you have to make sure that it's a safe time to do so. So this is the Roshan corners of the map. There's a symmetrical outpost for the Radiant team down here that people can teleport to. Let's get some boots just so I can walk around faster. These creeps are chasing me. They're happy to be here. Just put some brambles down so I can walk away.
Taking damage.
Notice how there are a bunch of bounties here. If no one picks them up, they will just continue to spawn. So if no one visits this region for a while, there could maybe be a big pile of them. That gives a lot of gold to the team if you find a few. In the late game, you'll occasionally have an area where maybe there were 3 of them. If the team was very aggressive on one side, or they had to be very defensive.
Your middle tower is being attacked.
And we're walking over here through the Dire jungle. This is a symmetrical area to the Radiant jungle over here. Similar creeps. This is a medium camp. Another vision pillar here. This is a medium camp. This is the bounty area that we got. And then you can kind of walk to the equivalent Dire Triangle area. That same high value, very expensive creep. Difficult fight, the dragons and the triceratops and the golems. And they have an outpost here they can teleport to. Just kind of testing these guys. Putting some brambles down. And these outposts can actually be taken by the enemy team. If you're able to kill, say we're the green team, fighting for the Radiant and Happy Trees. If we kill this, and this secondary tower here that's deeper in, and this one is actually tougher, 2,500 health, this one is 1,800 health. This one also deals more damage. So if you can break through this one and this one, then the green team could right-click channel and take control of this. And then the Radiant team will be able to teleport into this if they have a town portal scroll that's on cooldown. They're available for use. Now this is the equivalent secret shop for the Dire team that we visited over here. You can buy some exclusive items here. His items are the same as this guy's items, so there's no actual inventory difference between them. Tough creeps are here. There's another tier 2 tower. And over here to the east, there's a group of ancient frostbitten golems. These golems are pretty tough. They've got a lot of health. They have mana, ice firebomb. Pretty cool. They don't use their abilities when you just fight them normally. And then the wisdom runes, kind of like the bounty runes, will also accrue over time. If no one picks them up, they will continue to spawn. So we got 2 of those, gives us a lot of XP, very nice. Let's just see how much this tower hurts us. This is a tier 2. And we're a strength hero as Treant Protector. Okay, so that hits pretty hard. Now we can hit a greater healing lotus here. Those are the 3 flowers that we got before. Just see how much it heals us. 400 health and mana. That's a good bit. That was the bounty from the start, and there's a shield rune here. This is a power rune. Power runes are ones that spawn starting at 6 minutes in, and then every even minute after that. So 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on. This one gives you a shield. 693 is the value number of how much damage the shield will absorb before it is depleted. So this one just makes you tankier. The rune that spawns is either here or up here. So it didn't spawn here at 20 minutes, but every even minute it will spawn in the river, either at the top or at the bottom. It's randomly decided. This one is a regeneration rune. Regenerates health and mana to maximum. Cool. We were already healthy, so that didn't do much for us. And now it's 20 minutes, so I can show you what a Tormentor looks like. That cube that I mentioned from before has now spawned. We're going to go over there. Over to the cube. Going to the east. One thing is there's a funny button in Dota where you can see your character kind of ground level. Treant's pretty big. He's a big dude. He's got a plan. Look at that shield absorbing that for us. Easy. Cool. So this thing, it says it has 1 out of 1 health, but it has 2,500 shields. I'm attacking this here. And this is really tough. You need to have a team, and you need to have pretty decent items to beat this. Normally recommend 3 to 4 people to try to get this and fight it. Okay. Well, this is basically the outer side of the map. I can show you the enemy team's base, and this is the map of Dota 2. The game is pretty symmetrical, so... Let's see, do we have a heal? I should have gotten the heal as I was doing this. That would have been way smarter than getting the attack ability. I just followed the guide, just focusing only on the map itself. Okay, this is a problem. Let's just utilize our ult. Get serious here. Does it only affect heroes? Okay. Okay, we got armor now. Mission impossible. Can we get into this base? I want to dodge the creep wave first. We should heal up. Can we make it in? Okay. I'll heal again in a second.
I would like nothing more than to plant myself in the sunshine next to a cool stream.
That's so nice. Treant Protector is awesome. Oh my gosh. These creeps spawn every 30 seconds.
Your middle tower is being torn to pieces.
Okay, we gotta sneak in. I didn't buy items and stuff, so we're very weak. Let's actually go to the secret shop
Tower is under attack.
and get something. The dire base is hostile to me, so if I go past the tower, it will kill me.
Tower is
But I do want to show you what it looks like. This is pretty epic. Okay, we need to get some armor. Be tough. Let's get some basics. Plate mail, plus 10 armor.
no matter who wins this match.
Okay.
The capitalist pig
We have 4 plus 10 armor. Let's see if we can get past this tower. Armor up. Okay, uphill. Ow. Ow. Okay. Okay, this is the very inner part of their base. These are their tier 4 towers, the final towers. And this is their ancient. The green team has to kill this to win. And over here is the enemy team's shop. This is what's called their fountain. It looks more like a fountain on your side, but this is also called the fountain, this lava area. And if you go up into this, this happens and you die. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the map of Dota.